How important is creativity on Mars?
Hängt alles mit denen zusammen, klar.
Everything is connected to it,
Ganz wichtig,
so it's very important.
dass man ein bisschen individualistisch
One has to be individualistic,
genau
accurate,
ist, penibel
and creative.
ist, kreativ ist ganz wichtig.
Because everything should work out at the end.
Ja, bei der ersten Mission.
The first 4 astronauts will be together for 7 months in a small capsule on their journey to Mars. It is important to get along and have fun, but also to be able to complete difficult tasks with precision.
Aufgaben lösen.
Do you like to be alone or do you enjoy social contact too?
Nein, alleinig sein geht nicht schwer. Und außerdem, ich glaube nicht, dass das
Being alone isn't that hard.
jemals aufkommt.
I think when we are on Mars, there will never be the feeling that we are alone. We are connected with Earth all the time. I don't think that someone would feel social loneliness. There's always something to do. We are in constant communication with each other and the Earth.
Weil du wirklich auch so viel zu tun hast und so viel Kommunikation hast mit so vielen verschiedenen Menschen auf der Erde.
Is there going to be a new society on Mars?
Eine Vision zum Beispiel von Elon Musk, der Macher.
The vision of Elon Musk, CEO of SpaceX, is it to populate Mars with 1 million people by the year 2100.
Sozialstruktur.
So the first question is which social structure will arise?
Entstehen.
Secondly, how is it possible with so many people that they live and work together in harmony? Further, what kind of reward system will take place? Is there going to be money? These and a lot more questions we are not able to answer at this point. But we can learn a lot from our past. Some of the people on Mars will work to expand the habitats, and others may search for new ways to get to the next planet.
Is the Mars-1 project a possibility for mankind to try a new form of society?
100%. How exactly it will be structured and if it will work out are questions I ask myself a lot. But I haven't got an answer yet. I'm almost certain that it will take a long time until we can answer that. The first astronauts are already responsible for creating a new social system. Of course, it will work with 4 people, also 20, 100, even 200. But what is about 500,000 or 1 million? It somehow has to be managed. But who is going to do that? I could imagine that everything that is done brings each and everyone at the same profit. But who's gonna manage what is at what time done? We could talk about that for decades, and I've spent plenty of time thinking about it. But no solution has come to my mind yet. Take our actual social system, for instance. It has its perks, but there are some bad sides too. We all see what's happening all around the world.
Do you think democracy will work on Mars?
Well, yes, I think so. But there are some other systems that could work too, but I think everyone has a different kind of view when it comes of that. And that is the problem, I guess. So I'm not quite sure if it would work. But I hope that this project is really going to work out. And I wish that the people of Mars-1 will figure this problem out.
Did anything change in your life already? If yes, what?
Ich muss sagen, also das, was in den letzten 3 Jahren...
There has happened a lot, yes. Especially in my way of thinking, understanding and the way I see the world.
...hat sich rapide geändert. Insofern, dass ich mir diese Zeit zunutze gemacht habe.
For example, I took some time to think about the project and my impact on it.
...über die wichtigen Sachen nachdenken zu können oder zu dürfen. Und natürlich ist es auch...
I'm not quite sure why they chose me, but I'm very happy and lucky to be in the next round.
Ich bin natürlich sehr stolz darauf, dass ich da weiter bin. Ich habe mein Printmagazin zum Beispiel
I laid my print magazine on ice last year
6 Monate vorzubereiten.
in order to study for the theoretical test. It worked out, and I passed the test and worked my way from 202,586 applicants up to the last 100.
Unter die letzten Top 100 zu hieven. Und jetzt bin ich da.
Now I'm here, one of the top 100.
Die Top 100. In September 2016, also genau in einem
In September 2016, in exactly 1 year, the last challenge will take place, and the applicants will be narrowed down to a number of 24.
Skills zuzulegen, mich vorzubereiten und natürlich sehr.
Until then, I use my time to gain skills and spend some quality time with my friends, family and kids.
Vor allem halt auch waren restliche Skills. Ich hätte gern es ist ja so, die letzte Challenge ist eine 3-wöchige Überlebensprozedur. Da werden die letzten 100 Kandidaten.
The last challenge will take place anywhere on Earth. For 3 weeks, the applicants have to undergo a survival procedure and show their team spirit. In the last 10 days of these 3 weeks, we will be locked up in an isolated room. Next to little hygiene and other challenges, the oxygen will be sucked out of some parts. This is all necessary in order to see how we, the applicants, deal with these situations, how strong our psyche is.
Ob die stark genug ist, so überhaupt etwas in Angriff zu nehmen. Und von den letzten 100 haben wahrscheinlich mehr als 50% die Fähigkeiten. Ich weiß nicht,
out of these 100 people, a little more than 50% have the strength to pass this test.
Mir noch, oder was ich noch machen möchte, eben.
I don't know if I'm one of them, but I know what's coming at me and that I have to gain some more skills.
Wenn ihr im Endeffekt ausscheidet,
if I should be eliminated, it most certainly has its reasons.
Sehr glücklich darüber, dass ich bei diesem Projekt 3 Jahre dabei sein habe dürfen.
I would be happy about the time I spent as part of this project. I would still support the project. I have already met some of them on my journey through the US last year.
Aber da sind wirklich die letzten 100 dabei und ich weiß ganz genau, 24 von den letzten 100 sind auf jeden Fall in diesem Projekt Mars-ONE in der Ausbildung.
But these are the last 100 and only 24 of them will stay at the end. It's going to start with 4 astronauts and I'm pretty excited about it and also about the pre-arrangement.
Wie ich mich vorbereite, wäre das einfach eine ganz klasse Geschichte, wenn ich mal irgendwo von 5000 drauf könnte. Aber jetzt nicht,
it would be great if I could climb on 5,000 mountains and stay there for 10 or 14 days for the acclimatization.
Und dann oben bin und dann wieder runter, sondern nur mal rauf und dann vielleicht 10 bis 14 Tage oben mich akklimatisieren kann, damit ich weiß, welche Symptome mein Körper aufweist, wenn wir
just to see how my body would react on the shortage of oxygen. And to be psychologically prepared for this kind of situation in isolation.
Psychische Belastung zusätzlich zu haben. Or
maybe a diving course or mountain climbing. I'm desperate to learn climbing. Not to do it for fun every other weekend, but to know how to handle all the tools. Should I come into the situation that I have to climb at the survival weeks, and I wouldn't know what to do with the tools they are giving us, would be mortifying. So this is why I want to acquire certain abilities before being sent to survive.
Do you think there will be some kind of detachment from Earth?
Vielleicht wird es überhaupt nie einen Abnabelungsprozess geben von der Erde.
I cannot answer this at that time. Maybe when I'm looking back. But I'm certain that we wouldn't and shouldn't detach from Earth. We always have to be in touch with Earth. And we will work together. Otherwise it wouldn't work out at all.
Weil wir müssen ja ständig ganz eng zusammenarbeiten, das geht ja gar nicht. Ne?
Do you think you will be one of the last 24?
Also es sollte wirklich unter die 24.
Of course I want to be one of the last at this point. All the things I would learn, the experiences. Imagine that.
Lernen kann und so weiter und so fort. Auf jeden Fall, es geht so weiter. Und dieses
you would be allowed to see Earth in a whole other angle.
Du darfst diese Kugel mal von
you are the person who is living and working on a completely different planet. How crazy is that? I would really want to do that.
Das ist schon cool. Würde ich unbedingt machen. Also, aber was passiert in der Ausbildung?
The preparation process will be 8 years of education, medicine amongst other things, because we have to be able to help and care for ourselves. Of course, everyone will be a kind of an all-rounder, but everyone will be specially trained in a certain field: biology, medicine, geography, technician, etc. People are asking me which field I would prefer, and I don't know. I'm interested in everything, and I'm happy that I don't have to decide that on my own. I'm good at gardening. I'm very interested in medicine, and technology is a part of my life since I was a kid.
Also als kleiner Bursch schon sehr interessiert gewesen technisch. Ich habe auch einige Berufe da. Vor 20 Jahren einmal.
Of course, I've worked in some different places, but nothing worth mentioning. The education lasts 8 years.
8 Jahre. Und es wird sich bis zum Schluss dann.
And who will fly first will be decided at the end of these 8 years.
Von diesen 6 Crews. Als erstes am Start ist. Oder wird's
of course, I have already thought about that and how it may be with the whole reality documentation. It's just very exciting.
Wie die ganze Fernsehgeschichte laufen wird, also super interessant.
How do you handle this in a historical dimension, if you really get chosen?
Ja, genau.
Yeah, I know, right. How do you handle this? Puh.
Ich weiß ja noch nicht, ob ich ausgewählt bin.
Well, I don't know yet if I get chosen. But I'm already one of the top 100. That is already a huge step.
Es ändert sich nicht viel.
I don't think it will change much. Well, of course, there will be changes. But I would still get up in the morning and get a coffee as always. What I noticed is that I handle my free time more deliberately. Also the time with family and friends.
Unbewusst eigentlich, da viel mehr.
There's also more confidentiality and closeness involved, because there is the possibility that I'm gone next year. And when I start the training, I may not be away from Earth, but separated from my normal surrounding.
Und also wenn das eintreffen soll,
I'm really looking forward to that.
Also mich darf es auf jeden Fall sehr, sehr schärfen.
Do you believe in destiny? And can you change your mind and just say no to Mars One?
Nein, kann man.
Well, I can always say no and leave. But if it is led by destiny, if I do so, I don't know. Maybe there is something like predestination for everyone, but I don't have an idea. I would definitely say that I would have found the meaning of my life. We are always searching for that, right? So if it really takes place and I'm part of it, that would be like rock and roll on stage.
Das ist wie Rock'n'Roll auf der Bühne.